Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. This is my review on the Flydigi Wasp. This particular version is for the iPhone 6 through 8 Plus. It'll also work for non-Plus models. They do have an iPhone X model that kind of takes away this part right here. Thank you very much to Flydigi for sending this over to me. It is a little bit curious because I take a look and this is not yet available in American or European markets. Still only available in China. Even if you go to click buy now, it'll send you over to Tmall. So I think AliExpress will be one of the better places that you can get it to. Having said that, I was extremely curious about it, especially when Flydigi reached out to me, because the Xiaomi Shark, their gaming phone that Xiaomi has this type of add-on, these half gaming controllers, and they intrigued me because they seem to be asserting that there is a problem, that there is a tactility problem that mobile gaming needs to address, and they are coming out with these add-ons rather as opposed to making a gaming phone, making a good gaming phone. So I don't know. Eventually that'll probably happen, but there's a few interesting things about this is that this is for iPhones. And on Android, it's always been easy because you could have an additional application running on top of a game so that if there was an overlay, this can correspond to the overlay, and then these actions would then relay as touch commands. However, iOS doesn't allow that type of stuff. So how was this getting it done? And I didn't see any MFI compatibility thing when they had it on there. Additionally, in here there is no any connector whatsoever. There is no lightning connector. When going through the manual, I did see something, but that is just to basically this is for lining up the guide. Basically, you have it right here, and then in any game that you have, you would put all of the available commands that you wanted in those locations. If we go ahead and take a look at the manual that is coming with it, using Google Translate and going through everything, it wasn't a readily clear to me how it was making the connection. Especially as I started going through it, things aren't perfectly translated, and then I see this connector here, and I'm wondering what in the world is going on here. This is just a method for, is an adapter to let you use your headphones while this device is jacked onto your iPhone. Now, what that is, you get this nice little thing here, and then this is the connector. So I thought this had something to do with, actually completing the connection and doing something. But its only purpose is to give you could charge to here, or you could also just plug in your Lightning headphone adapter dongle and get to business. So we know it doesn't have a Lightning connector. Additionally, going through the manual and everything, it says no Bluetooth. So if it doesn't have Lightning connector and it doesn't have Bluetooth, how does it work? And it does work, and it amazes me. So let's go ahead and clean this up, and we'll get right back to it. All right, back to the Flydigi Wasp. So here we have the face buttons that feel pretty good. There's this button which I've yet to figure out what this is, even when translating it. The only thing I've been able to do is when holding it. I've had it flash and then go back to solid, so I guess that's to reset the device. You have some pretty decent trigger buttons that feel pretty good, and then you have your analog stick, which they say is a Japanese Alps mechanism analog stick. So it does feel pretty good, and also in action, it is pretty nice. Here is the micro USB port to charge the device. So it does need power. It doesn't work over Bluetooth and doesn't work over a Lightning connector. Let me get a good view of that. So there you go, micro USB. And then right here, we have our on-off switch. We'll turn that on in a second. And in the back, you have your little mechanism to kind of just put in the phone in here. So very briefly, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We'll go ahead and bring this up. As you can see, Bluetooth is off. All right. We'll go ahead and slot this in right now. Okay, it's locked in. Doesn't fall. Kind of feels nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll go ahead and turn this on. Okay, it's on. No Bluetooth, no Lightning connector. We'll just go ahead and open up this Paint app because it's very easy to kind of see how it works. And then magic. Honestly, it's super surprising to me. So I got this Paint app because I was just trying to figure out what in the world it was going, and this kind of demonstrates how well it works, and even just a small nuance of the analog stick is translated into movement. Additionally, if we start, everything starts to make more sense. So if you see B here, and you see this arrow, that means that B is going to go right there. So if we push B, there it is. And then A will come up right over here. And then you have your trigger buttons. And your other trigger button. So basically, this is it. You have your analog stick, which will move the analog of the most games. And then you have your 4 buttons so that you can play a game. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into Fortnite real quick. And we will go to HUD layout. And that's great. Fantastic. Alrighty, so let us take this and we will put it right here for B. Move it over a little. Put this for A. And this will be our scope. We'll make this fire, even though I have fire automatic, but we'll just be able to do it. So you can see that this moves around. Fire. Fire. Scope. Crouch. Jump. Okay. So let's apply. Okay, exit. And we'll go ahead and play this real quick. And we'll see this working. Because truthfully, it's I don't know how it's working. The only thing I can figure is that there's something under here that is sending some type of electromagnetic wave, some wireless thing that is very, very precise, especially for here. So it is basically doing this is translating into hitting. Do I have to just lobby? Oh, it's looking for matchmaking game. Perfect. Let me pause it. Alrighty. So there's no real reason that we need to actually play a game in here, but you can see that I was just trying to move around. Okay, I'll wait until I land, and then you can see that I'll be able to move around pretty well, and we'll also press some buttons. It works alarmingly well, and we'll be able to demonstrate that soon. Alrighty, get back into this, and you can see I can easily just kind of move around. And it operates exactly how you would anticipate it to operate. Pressing that all works. Jump. Is crouch not working? Crouch is not working. So I don't have it lined up right. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. B. I'm pressing the button that I have no idea what it does. So yeah. It is surprising to me that it works so well as it does. How can I easily switch weapons? I can't touch the weapon. Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing here? Alright, I have no idea how I'm going to be able to switch weapon. Let me go over and go ahead and take a look at PUBG real quick. Oh, interesting. But yeah, so in the HUD, I would definitely need to move these over because there's no way else I'm going to be able to touch them. But it works surprisingly well. So let's go ahead and get that up. Give me 1 second. Alright, there's no real reason for me to play the game, but you can see just moving around the analog stick and how it's moving around in the on-screen HUD. And even like small movements actually translates. So it's uber surprising. And then obviously we have this set up because we have all these buttons lined up over here. And we can see that jumping works. So if you were looking for something that you want to just analog control on games, I apologize for not even centering this. I'm playing the game instead of having it in my camera's viewfinder. Apologies. So yeah. Some dude is talking. But again, yeah, just like taking a look at how well this works is it's alarming. Once we fill that up, it'll start changing colors. Super impressive. Yeah, So this is the Flydigi Wasp. It works with this really cool cap air mapping technology. I would really like to know more about how this is operating. Perhaps it's something back here that is going that way. It's the only way that it actually makes any sense to me. But even this is fantastic. So even just from that point of view of using it as an analog stick, I'm kind of sold on this device. But again, it's not really available in US or Europe markets just yet, so you're most likely going to have to look at getting it through AliExpress as the only method that I think would be available. But perhaps they'll be bringing it stateside soon enough, as well as in Europe. Anywho, this is the Flydigi Wasp. They have a few other things like the Flydigi Wii, which is a full-on game controller but using Bluetooth. So those are things that people have used before and have liked and have given good enough reviews. This is honestly super interesting and works well enough. I'm not really sold on the half game controller type of stuff, but it does work well. So if this is something that you were interested in, I could recommend it. It works well. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.